Hey guys, we're back with our 5th battle report. Since Greg couldn't join us today, we're filming off location. So we just have this green mat and no city fight terrain this time. But we're doing the secure and control, the 5th Eternal War mission. So that's each of us deploys one objective in our deployment zone, and then there were 3 victory points at the end of the game. And since the Space Marine Codex just came out, we're going to run Joe's Crimson Fists versus my Khorne, Chaos Space Marine, and Demon Army. Since we couldn't film at our usual location, we couldn't do the unfortunately we couldn't do the tactical view, so it's just going to be the handheld.
Here's my 1500 point Crimson Fist list. It's a Vanguard detachment, so it'll give me a total of 4 command points. For my Warlord, I have Pedro Cantor, who has the Crimson Fist specific Warlord trait, which if there are at least 10 enemy models within 6 inches of him in the fight phase, he gets an extra D3 attacks until the end of the fight phase. I have 2 squads of Tactical Marines, 10 mans. One has a plasma gun and a heavy bolter, the other has a flamer and a combi flamer on the sergeant. For my first elite choice, I have a 5-man squad of Vanguard vets. Each of them has a pair of lightning claws. For a third troop choice, I have a squad of 6 scout marines armed with bolters and 1 heavy bolter. As a second elite, I have a venerable dreadnought with multi-motor, dreadnought close combat weapon with an underslung heavy flamer. I then have a storm talon gunship with twin assault cannon and a Typhoon missile launcher. For my third elite choice, I have a 7-man unit of Stern Guard with 3 combi plasmas and a drop pod with a storm bolter. And then as a single heavy support choice, I have a 5-man Devastator squad with 4 missile launchers. Since the army is a Imperial Fist successor chapter, their chapter tactics, the enemy units do not receive the benefit to their saving throws for being in cover, and I can reroll failed to wound rolls against buildings, which won't be applicable in this game.
Here is my Khorne army. I have a Outrider detachment. My Warlord and HQ are a Khorne Demon Prince with a Demonic Axe and wings. And then I have 2 10-man squads of Bloodletters, no war gear. And as fast attack, I have 3 squads of Fleshhounds, 2 9-mans, 1 8-man. And my elite choice is a 8-man squad of Terminators. They have an Icon of Wrath, all power axes, 3 combine meltas, 1 combine flamer, and a heavy flamer. They were outfitted in 7th edition, so I don't know how that loadout's going to do here. And then my heavy support is a Mauler Fiend with magma cutters. Okay, so let's roll off to see who chooses deployment zones. Khorne got a 6 and Crimson Fist got 3. So we'll be doing Spearhead Assault, which is the 9 inches away from the center, and Khorne will take the Prometheum pipes over here. Alright, so we finished deployment. Khorne took up on the right side of the board. Well, kind of just a big blob of demons and a Mauler Fiend. I'm just going to try advance across the board, get in close combat, since I only have the Terminators and the Magma Cutters as shooting. And then on the other side, we have the Crimson Fists that kind of just gun lining up. The objectives, the Khorne deployed mine right here at the furthest point I could, and then Crimson Fist is back in this corner with some Marines. The Khorne Terminators are going to deep strike in.
And then for the Crimson Fist, I have Pedro with the Stern Guard inside the drop pod, and who will be deep striking in, and then the unit of 5 Vanguard vets will be deep striking in. And the Crimson Fist finished deploying first, so unless Khorne seizes, Crimson Fist will have first turn.
Yeah, so let's see if I can do it. I can't. So Crimson Fist turn 1.
End of the Crimson Fist movement phase. Did some slight shuffling with one of the tactical squads and the scout squad, just moving them forward so the heavy bolters would be in range of one of the groups of hounds. Storm Talon moved out, making sure to keep more than 24 inches away from the Demon Prince, because he's the only one who can easily take it down, but stay getting in range of the Mauler Fiend. So going into the shooting phase, I'm going to start off with the twin assault cannons from the Storm Talon will fire into the Malafine along with the Typhoon missile launcher. So starting with the twin assault cannons, hitting on 3+ because of the strafing run. Strength 6, toughness
7.
So wounding on 5s. 2 wounds.
So 2 saves on the Malafine. Any AP?
It is minus 1 AP.
Yeah, so 4+. Made them both.
And then 2 crack missiles from the Typhoon missile launcher. Hitting on 3+. Both hit. Strength 8. Wounding on 3s. Nothing. And then I am going to do 4 frag missile shots from the Devastator unit into the unit of hounds on the side, on the closest unit of hounds to them. So 4d6 shots. 3, 8, 14. Hitting on 3s. Toughness 4. Wounding on 4s. Hold.
So 5 up in bone. 4 wounds. So that's 2 dead hounds. Take a wound back.
Then this tactical squad will fire its heavy bolter long range into the same squad of hounds. They moved, so only hitting on 4s. 1 hit. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
Failed it. So that's 1 wound on the backhound.
Same thing from this squad of Scout Marines will fire into the same unit. Hitting on 4s. Nothing. So that will be the end of the Crimson Fist turn.
I have a morale test to make. The hounds are in leadership 7, so they make it.
So with that, that will be the end of the Crimson Fist turn. Still have Pedro, the Stern God, in their drop pod, and the Vanguard vets waiting to come in.
End of the Khorne turn. Really simple. Since I'm playing Khorne, everything just advanced and then moved forward. And the Terminators haven't come in yet, since it's not a. I don't want them in too early. Just keeping the Demon Prince in the middle of stuff so he can't be targeted out overly. And ran forward, hoping to close the distance.
End of the Crimson Fist movement phase. Brought in both of my deep striking units. Brought in the drop pod with Pedro and the Stern God behind my 1 squad of tactical marines to lend their fire and Pedro's aura of rerolling to bring into the hounds. Brought in my unit of Vanguard vets behind that shipping container over there in preparation for a countercharge when the Khorne units reach my line. Storm Talon flew over the unit of Bloodletters. It's going to be firing into the unit of Fleshhounds. Is that what they are? Firing into the unit of Fleshhounds next to the Malafine. I will start off with the Storm Talon firing into the unit of Fleshhounds by the Malafine. I will fire both of its weapons. I'll be firing the Typhoon missile launcher as frag. But I will start off with the twin assault cannon. 12 shots hitting on 3s. And then wounding on 3s. 5 wounds.
5 up in 1. 3 wounds, 1 dies, 1 wound and 1 other.
And 2d6 for the frag. Be 9. Hitting on 3s. And then wounding on 4s. 5 wounds.
5 open bone again. Fail them all. So that's 3 hounds, including the injured one.
over here, the heavy bolter will fire into this unit of flesh hounds over here. And 2 of the tactical marines are also in range. Starting off with the heavy bolter, he didn't move this turn, so hitting on 3+, all hit, wounding on 3+, 1 wound. Then bolters, hitting on 3+, and wounding on 4+. 1 wound.
Oh, there's one. Failed it. Hound's not surviving.
Nine bolters from that unit of tactical marines will fire into the squad of flesh hounds in front of the demon prince.
And they're rerolling to hit.
They're rerolling though. They have fair roll to hits because of Pedro's aura. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling. All but 1. And then wounding on 4s. 4 wounds.
Ooh, that's actually pretty good. So just the hound that was injured, turn 1 dies.
The unit of Stern Guard will fire into them, and I will also fire the 3 combi plasmas. Will fire, taking their penalty. I'll start off with those 3 models, hitting on 4s for the plasma, getting to reroll 1s and 2s.
What the -1 happens after the reroll. So you're rerolling 1s and 2s.
And then missing on 4s.
And then
missing on 3s.
Yeah, and then not getting to reroll.
2 hits, wounding on 3s.
That's my understanding of it. You didn't overcharge, did you? 1 more wound on him.
Then the 3 bolter, special issue Balkan, no, just regular bolter shots from them. All hit. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds.
Failed well. Another hound bites the dust.
And then I will do the remaining 4 Stern Guard firing single shots. Reroll on all of those. 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds.
Fail 1 hit.
Pedro will fire he will fire Dawn's arrow, 4 shots into the same unit, hitting on 2s. All hit. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound.
Me.
And then the Venerable Dreadnought will fire its multi-melta into that unit of flesh hounds.
You get 2 shots. It's Twin Link Multi-Melter, right?
Let me check. So just the 1 hit from the multi-melta, wounding on 2s. 1 wound.
And this does multiple damage, right?
Yep.
I've been gone. Fail it.
Let's see how much damage. Just 1.
Yeah.
Then I have the 4 frag missiles from the Devastators will fire into the uninjured squad of flesh hounds. 46 number of shots. 4, 6, 11. Hitting on 3s, getting to reroll 1s and 2s. All but 1. And then wounding on 4s. 3 wounds.
I've been gone. Fail them all.
And with Drop Pod will fire its Storm Bolter into the unit of flesh hounds in the trees. 2 shots. Does it
have a chapter as a keyword?
It does.
He's inspiring that drop pod.
Nope. 1 hit. Wounding on 4s. 1.
Okay. That was the back squad.
This was the squad in the woods. Then the... Did I fire the scout squad's heavy bolter?
No.
I fired that. Okay. Scout squad will fire into that unit. All of them are in range with their bolters. So 3 heavy bolter shots. They didn't move. All hit. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds.
What squad's this on, Sarah?
Wood sword.
Tell them There's 1 guy left.
And then it will be 5 bolters firing at them. Wounding on 4s. 1.
Me.
With that, that will be the end of the Crimson Fist shooting phase. So we have the morale test to take.
Okay, so morale tests. The front squad has a +5, I think. So he dies. They're leadership 7. This squad has lost 4, 10, so they all die too.
So that will be first blood for the Crimson Fists.
And then the squad back here lost only 1 guy. So they good. There was a lot of shooting, and the Khorne army's not looking too good right now. The Khorne turn, it's not looking too good for the army overall. It turns out a line of bolters does pretty well against demons charging at them. So I just moved forward and advanced with pretty much everything again. Stayed at a rapid fire range with my 1 remaining squad of hounds. My Terminators came in. They're out of line of sight of the squad they're going to try assaulting. They're going to need a 10 to get in there, but they do have the icon of wrath. But first they're going to shoot their bolters at the squad of infantry over there. So that's 7 bolter shots. So just 7 bolters. Oh, it's no, it is 14 because rapid fire too. 14 bolter shots, hitting on 3s. Hitting on 3s. Hitting on 4s. 6 wounds.
3 plus saves. I lose 2. 2 tactical marines dead.
Okay. And since I'm Khorne and have no shooting, the only thing I have left is an assault. So it's going to be these Terminators on them. I had to be further back, so I'm going to need a 10 to reach them. But I get to reroll the dice because of my icon. I'll reroll both of them. I said, now make the charge. So Khorne is just sitting there, waiting to be shot right now.
End of the Crimson Fist movement phase. Pulled back the squad of tactical marines over here and the scout squad, just to make it a little more difficult for the Khorne units to charge. Dreadnought climbed on top of the shipping container so that he can fire into the Mauler Fiend. Moved the squad of tactical marines who didn't have to take a leadership test last turn because they only lost 2 in their leadership 8. Moved them forward and the Stern Guard, careful to keep 1 model within range of Pedro for his aura. Unit of Vanguard vets started moving out to make a dash for the Khorne objective. Storm Talon just swung around to fire into the unit of Bloodletters, which I'll start off the shooting phase with. It'll fire frag missiles from its Typhoon missile launcher and its twin assault cannon into the unit. So 12 shots from the twin assault cannon, hitting on 3s. Wounding on toughness.
3.
Wounding on 2s. 8 wounds.
5 up and go. Ouch. 5 of them die.
And then it will be 2d6 frag missile shots. 7. Hitting on 3s. wounding on 3s. 3 wounds.
5 of them. 2 more die.
Then I will have this tactical squad fire all of its weapons into the Mauler Fiend. I'll start off with the single plasma gunshot, hitting on 3s, hits, wounding on 4s, 1 wound, minus 2 AP.
5 of them. Fail.
And then I will have the heavy bolter shoot. They move, so hitting on 4s, 2 hits, wounding on 5s, nothing. And then it will just be 8 bolters, hitting on 3s, wounding on 5s, 3 wounds.
Hurry up. Fail them all.
Unit of Scout Marines will fire into the Mauler Fiend, firing the heavy bolter first, hitting on 4s because he moved. Just 1 hit, wounding on 5s, nothing. 5 bolter shots, hitting on 3s, and wounding on 5s. 2 wounds.
Hurry up. Made a mistake.
I will then fire the Venerable Dreadnought's Multi-Motor into the Mauler Fiend. Hits. Strength 8, wounding on 3s. Wounds.
5 of them. I will use a command point to reroll that. Make it.
Then I will have the unit of Stern God will fire all of their weapons into the unit of Fleshhounds. The 3 guys will fire their combi weapons. I'll start off with them.
You can fire the combat weapon and their bolter if you want. You get a -1 to hit.
Yeah, that's why I'm firing both of them. So firing the combi plasma shots first, they are not overcharging. Rerolling for Pedro. So they all hit. Wounding on 3, strength 7. 3 wounds.
One hand dies for the previous one.
3 bolter shots from those guys. Reroll the 1. So 3 hits, wounding on 4s. 1 wound.
Takes it.
And then it will be 4 bolter shots from the rest of the squad. Reroll. 3 hits, wounding on 4s. 1 wound.
Fail.
Then the squad of regular Marines will fire into them. All within rapid fire range. I will have the Sergeant use his Combi Flamer, and the regular Flamer will also shoot at them. So doing the Flamers first. I will use a command point to reroll the 1. 6. Wounding on 4s. 3 wounds.
How about another wound?
And then here's the 2 bolter shots from the Sergeant at -1 ballistic skill. So only 1 hit. Wounding on 4. Does not wound. And then rapid fire shots from the rest of the squad. Rerolling for Pedro. And then wounding on 4+. Be 3 wounds.
5 ups. Made 2. So 1 hound dies. And another takes a wound.
Pedro will then fire Dawn's arrow into that unit of Fleshhounds, hitting on 2s, all hit, and wounding on 4s. 3 wounds.
2 die.
And then the last bit of shooting will be The unit of Devastators will fire frag missiles into a unit of Fleshhounds. 46 shots, total of 9. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling for Pedro. All missed anyway. And wounding on 4+. 1 wound.
Nice. Takes a wound still.
So that is, no. And then the drop pod will fire his shots, his Storm Bolter into that unit of Fleshhounds. No.
Oh, you get a reroll.
Reroll for Pedro. 2 hits, wounding on 4s. 1.
Made sense.
And that will be the end of the Crimson Fish shooting. You have a couple of morale tests to take.
Yes, I do. So the Fleshhounds lost 5, so we do 7, 5, 3. They all die. And then the Bloodletters lost 7. So I think no matter what they did, right? No, 2 die. Yeah, so there's 1 left. This leadership test is just eating up the demons. Anything else?
That is the end of the Crimson Fist turn. Oh.
The what remains of the Khorne army has moved even further up, but as the Crimson Fists retreat, I'm not getting much closer. Shooting kind of devastated me in the last 2 turns, but I might get in close combat this turn, so maybe things could turn around. So starting out, this Terminator is going to shoot his combat Melta into that guy. He's just shooting the Melta, so no minus. So hitting on 3+, hit, strength 8, so wound, -4. Is it Melta?
Yep. So no save.
Okay.
So roll damage.
1d6, 2. At what point does it take? No, it doesn't.
For the loses a wound. So I take 2 wounds, so rolling for the Unyielding Ancient on my Venerable Dreadnought. So he takes 1 wound.
And then the other 6, because the one guy has a heavy flamer, the other 6 are going to just shoot at this tactical squad over there. 2 bolter shots each. 10, 12. Hitting on 3s. Yeah, and then they're within 6 of the Demon Prince, so they get to reroll once to hit. 5 points.
5, 3+ saves. Attack the Marines. 1 dies.
Woo! Got him. Then the Magma Cutters from the Maulafine onto the Dreadnought. I need force to hit. I'll reroll the one with the command point. Still miss. Oh wait, that was a 1, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, so that would have been rerolled by the Prince. But so I didn't spend a command point. So 6 to hit, strength 8. So that's
not wound.
I reroll that one with a command point. Wounds. It's still a minus. I think this one's only -3.
So 6+ save. Nope.
3 damage.
3 Unyielding Ancient saves. Loses 3 wounds, he's down to 4.
Alright, and then there's all my shooting. So let's just do some assaults. The Maulafine is going to assault the tactical squad.
So, for the tactical squad, there will be 2 flamers, 3 Overwatch, wounding on 4s, got 5, so 1 wound.
Made it. Sweet. And the Maulafine healed a wound, because that's what he does.
10 Bolter Overwatch shots. Reroll for Pedro. 2 hits, wounding on 5s, 2 wounds.
3+ save. Made him move.
So that's all my Overwatch.
So charge 6 inches. Prince. Let me just check range on stuff. I can't be. I'm just going to assault the scout squad there.
So 3 heavy bolter shots for Overwatch. 2 hit.
Oh my god.
Wounding on 5s.
T6. So yeah.
So 5s, nothing. Then it will be 10 bolter shots. 2 hit. Wounding on 5s. 1 wound.
Made it. And an assault move. 10. And then I guess I think I need a 10 for the Terminators to assault, but they gotta do something this game. So Terminators into the tactical squad.
3 heavy bolter shots for Overwatch. 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
Save. Made it.
1 plasma gun shot.
Nope.
And then it will be 8 bolters. 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound.
2 save again. Cock dice. Made it. Let's see if I can make this a charge. I reroll this dice from the banner. Alright, let's double check. No. Feels bad. Another turn where they don't do anything. But we do got 2 combats over here. So we do the Demon Prince first. He's got 5 attacks. And then his axe. He gets to reroll once to hit from his trait or his aura. So he didn't miss these, but then his axe gives him -1, so he only hits with 3. So strength 8. And then it's like -4.
That'll be
Or 3.
3 scouts killed.
Yeah. I have to double check this, sorry.
So for the Molephine combat,
Yeah. He's got 4 attacks, hitting on 4s. He only rerolls 1s from the Prince. But then it is strength 12. That's 2 wounds, -3 AP.
so 6 plus saves. 2 more Marines die.
And that's the fury of Khorne in close combat.
So I lost 3 Scout Marines, so it will be a total of 4 attacks back, hitting on 3 plus. All hit. And then wounding on 5 plus. 1 wound.
Save. Make it.
And then for the Tactical Marines, we killed a total of 3 this turn. Remaining guys run over. It'll be a total of 5 attacks. Can I see the tape measure?
Sure. And I forgot to try assaulting with a bloodletter. Can I try going in?
Yeah.
Made it. So that's gonna be that'd be the sergeant. So that's 3 attacks from him. Hitting on 3s. 2 hits, strength 5, he's charged. So 1 -3 AP attack.
6 plus save. Another Marine will die. So it'll be a total of. I will have the sergeant and 1 other guy go towards the bloodletter, and the remaining 2 guys will go onto the Molephine. So 3 attacks onto the bloodletter, hitting on 3s, 2 hits, re-rolling the 1 miss because Pedro's within 6 inches. Hit, wounding on 3s, 3 wounds.
5 of them fail. Bloodletter down.
And then 2 attacks onto the Molephine, hitting on 3s, wounding on 5s. 1 more.
3 plus. Make it.
So that being all of my attacks for close combat, I lost 3 Scout Marines, their leadership 8, so they're good. And then the tactical squad lost 4 models this turn. They leadership 8. They're also good.
So Khorne gets a close combat and kills 7 Marines. Glorious. Terminators didn't do much. I always see how the Vanguard vets and everything do, jumping on my demons now.
End of the Crimson Fist movement. I fell back with both units that had been in assault, so those units can now be targeted by my army. Moved the Stern Guard out so that they could either fire at the Mauler Fiend, or hopefully, if that's dead, can fire at the Demon Prince. Move the Storm Talon back around to be able to fire. Unit of Tactical Marines on the edge of the board. Move slightly further away from the unit of Terminators and into range of Demon Prince, so he's the closest target. Starting off my shooting phase, I'll have the Multi-Motor from the Dreadnought firing into the Mauler Fiend, hitting on 2s, hits, wounding on 3s, wounds.
5+1. Fail it. I will reroll that. I think my last command point. I fail it.
So he's within half range, so we're rolling. I will use a command point to reroll the 1.
I think every command point you use, you get the same result.
So 2 damage.
2 damage.
I will then have Pedro will fire his Storm Bolter into the Mauler Fiend. Hitting on 2s. I'll hit. Wounding on 5s. 1 wound, minus 1 AP.
4. Make it.
The drop pod will fire its Storm Bolter into the Mauler Fiend. Reroll for Pedro. I'll hit. Wounding on 5s. Nothing. Stern Guard will fire into the Mauler Fiend. I will overcharge the plasma guns on the 3 Stern Guard. And they will not fire their bolters. So, first guy, hitting on 3s. He's good. Second guy, he's good. And final guy, reroll for Pedro. So, he misses, but he doesn't die. So, 5 shots. Moving on 3s. So, 4 wounds.
5 up and bone. I fail them all.
So that's 2 damage apiece.
So that's 8. He's dead. He took 5, yeah.
See if he explodes.
He doesn't. Poor Mola.
The overcharge got him. The Storm Talon, with the Mauler Fiend removed, will now target the unit of Terminators. With all of its guns, it will fire frag missiles. So 12 shots from the Twin Assault Cannon, hitting on 3s. And then wounding on 3s. 6 minus 1 AP.
3 up.
Good. And then 2d6 for the frag missiles. 5. Hitting on 3s. And wounding on 4s. 2.
Hit them both.
The unit of Tactical Marines will fire into the Demon Prince. Just check range. So one guy is out of rapid fire. I will overcharge the one guy's plasma gun. 2 shots. He's good. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
Good.
3 heavy bolter shots. Minus 1 for moving. 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. 1 wound. this will be 12 of my 16 shots for the bolters, or 15 shots. So here's the rest. And then wounding on 5s. 2 wounds.
3, yep. Good.
For my last bit of shooting, I will have the unit of Devastators will fire 4 crack missiles into the Demon Prince. Hitting on 3s. Re-rolling for Pedro.
I like the 4.
3 hits. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
Good. Everything else might die, but the prince lives.
And with the end of the shooting phase, the Dreadnought will attempt to assault the Demon Prince over that shipping container. I think I need 12 to make it in. Nope. So that's the end of the Crimson Fist turn, having only managed to kill the Mauler Fiend.
So the Khorne forces pull back a little bit. Hopefully I can regroup in this corner and then move forward. Bloodletters advanced. Terminators just moved up a little bit, and they're going to shoot at the Vanguard vets. So I have 14 bolter shots. I need 3s to hit. Wow, that's terrible. An enforced wound. So 4 wounds.
For 3+ saves, I lose 4.
Oh my god.
I will use a command point to reroll one of those. So I lost 3.
And then we have the Khorne Demon Prince over here assaulting this tactical squad.
I will fire the plasma gun in overcharge for its overwatch. Missed, doesn't die. Heavy bolter, nothing. And then it will be a total of 16 bolter shots. These are 11 of them, so 1 hit, nothing. And then last 5, 2 more hits. Wounding on 5s, 1 more.
Made it. And then charge move. Made it, unsurprisingly. Alright, and then he has 5 attacks. Hitting on 2s. Hit them all, but then -1, so he missed 2.
Nice.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I'd be missing on 2s. And then +2 strength, so +1 strength. So strength 8, so wounding on 2+, so 5. -3.
So I get my 6+ save. 4 die. And the survivors just pile in. And they get a total of 3, 5, 8 attacks. Hitting on 3s. And then wounding on 5s. 1 wound.
3+ save. Fail. 6+ filled up pain.
Doesn't he have a 3+ save?
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm messing everything up. Yeah, he's fine.
So then I have morale tests. Morale test on the unit of Tactical Marines. They lost 4 and they have leadership 8. They lose 2.
You gotta reroll it from the show note fever, right?
Yeah. Reroll. They're good. And then the Vanguard vets who lost 3. Their leadership 9. So they're good. They can't fail.
You did get that 6 though. Okay. So I wasn't planning on having. I mean, getting the through Vanguard vets was good, but the not much happened this turn for Khorne. But hopefully next turn, if I'm going to do anything, it's going to be that.
Crimson Fists have fallen back from combat with the Demon Prince. Otherwise, they've just kind of consolidated back around their objective. The unit of 2 Vanguard vets advance towards the Khorne objective to grab it if the game goes on to turn 6. Storm Talon dropped down into hover mode, so he can fire into the Terminators of Bloodletters. And the Dreadnought moved forward to become a barricade for the Terminators advancing towards the Crimson Fist objective. I will open up with the Storm Talon, firing frag missiles and its twin assault cannon into the unit of bloodletters. So 12 assault cannon shots, hitting on 2+ because he didn't move. Didn't make a difference. Wounding on 2s. 6 wounds.
5 up and down. We threw 3 die.
2d6 for frag missiles. 3.
You've been rolling really, like your first one was good. You had like 17 or something. Not 17. No, 2 for the.
All hit. I'm wounding on 3s. 3.
2 more die.
The Dreadnought will fire its multi-motor into the unit of Terminators.
You got a heavy flame as well, right?
I do. Heavy Flamer first. 1. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
2 up. Make it.
Is Heavy Flamer minus 1 AP?
Oh, it is. I rolled 2 there.
Yeah.
So 1 wound.
And then multi-motor. Hits. Wounds on 2. 1 wound.
With you.
The unit of Stern Guard will fire into the unit of Terminators. I will overcharge the 3 plasma guns. I won't have them fire their combat weapons. So, 3 shots for the plasma. Re-rolling for Pedro. Hits. Wounding on 2+. 3 wounds.
That's minus 4. Alright, so 5. So 2 damage ones, so the 1 damage guy dies, and then this guy dies.
And then it will be 4 special issue bolt gun rounds for the rest. Re-rolling for Pedro. All hit. Wounding on 4+. 4 wounds, minus 1 AP. Or minus 2 AP.
Minus 2.
Yep, minus 2.
So 4. Another 1 dies. Take most 1 wound, 1 dies.
The unit of scouts will fire into the unit of Terminators. 3 shots from the heavy bolter, hitting on 4s because he moved. All hit. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
Minus 1 AP. 3 up. Good.
And then 2 bolter shots. 1 hit. Wounding on 4. Nothing. Then I will have the Devastator squad can see the Terminator squad, so they're closer, so they have to fire them. They will fire 2 crack missiles into them, hitting on 3s. Pedro is more than 6 inches away now, so no reroll, and then wounding on 2s. Wound.
What's the minus?
Is minus.
It doesn't matter. But it's like D3 damage, so this guy just dies.
And then I will have I have 3 bolter shots from the squad of tactical marines will fire into the Terminators. 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. None. So that will be it for the Crimson Fist turn. You have a morale testament.
I lost 4 guys. I think the leadership 9. We'll find out. Why am I rolling 2? They can.
And the Bloodletters.
They lost 5, and the leadership 7. They die. Right? 9. So 2 die. I can do math. Yeah,
so
that's it.
end of the Crimson Fist turn. If the game ends this turn, should be able to hold my objective because it's too far away for any of the Khorne units to make it in. And if the game continues on, I'll be able to grab their objective with either the Vanguard Vets or the Storm Talon.
So the forces of Khorne have to advance and try to get a hold of that objective. The Bloodletters are pulling back to try to protect the one in my deployment zone. I was hoping to just have a unit of Fleshhounds take it late game, but they all died moving forward. So then the Khorne force just jumped up, and then the Terminators need to get rid of the Dreadnought blocking their path. So they can shoot it, Heavy Flamer, 1 shot. Strength 5, maybe 5, nothing. And then I got 2 Multas, 2 hits, 2 4s, 1 wound.
You get to do your damage?
Oh, yeah, no. Hitting what? Yeah. So 3 damage. No, I get 2. I'm within half. So 3.
So then I get 3 6+ for his thing. He takes 2 wounds. It's down to 2.
Right, and then my combat bolter from that guy. 1.
3+. He's good.
And I guess just assaults. I have to get in there. I'm gonna lose if I don't. So I guess I'll go on the Devastators. I have to hope it goes on to. No, I'm going on Pedro's squad. I don't care. I'm doing it. No, although Pedro's didn't kill one. Never mind. I'm going on Devastators. I'm a coward. So go ahead and Overwatch.
4 crack missiles. 1 hit. Wounding on 3s. Wounds. -2 AP.
5 up. Fail.
D3. 1.
6+ feel no pain. Fail it. Down 2 wounds.
And then 1 bolter shot from the sergeant. No.
Assaulting. 6. I think I have 1 more command point.
Yeah, he's fine.
Don't need it. Whoop. And then these guys. So you got your flamer.
So heavy flamer. 6.
There you go.
Wounding on 3s. 5 wounds.
3 up. Jeez. I no longer need my banner, so he dies.
Man. Multi-motor. Nothing.
I make a check. Let's do that combat first. The sergeant is dead, so they each have 2 attacks with the power axe. So 3's to hit, and then +1 strength is irrelevant. So 5s, and I think it's -2.
So 5+ saves. Fails 1. Is it just single damage?
Yeah.
And then 6+ for his ancient, so he's down to 1 wound. So then the Demon Prince combat.
So I have 1 attack with the Malfic claws, which I've been forgetting. So hitting on 2s. It's a strength 6 attack, or strength 7. But I roll a 1, and then he's got his 5 axe attacks. I'm looking for 2s. Well, I'm looking for 1s more than that. So then I hit with 5, then -1 to hit from the axe, and then wounding on 2+. Roll another 1. -3.
3 6+ saves. 3 die.
So it's 2 guys left.
2 guys left. Find that. So, we get 1 attack from Devastator, hitting on 3s. Nope. And then the Dreadnought gets 4 attacks, hitting on 2+. And then he is strength 12, so wounding on 2s. 2 wounds.
What's the minus?
-3 AP.
5 up.
Does 3 damage.
Boop. Boop.
So with all of the close combats, I have a morale test on the unit of Devastators who lost 3. They get leadership 8. As long as I don't roll a 6, they're good.
Yeah, and then I lost 3. I think they're probably leadership 8 now. 7, so they're fine. Okay, that turn was not good for Khorne. It turns out Terminator is the power axe and shooting an assault of Dreadnought.
Go ahead, real.
Yeah, so where 2 it ends. It ends. So Crucifix win with 4 points. Khorne has 1 point since I have Line Breaker.
Turns out a close combat army assaulting a reasonably shooty Space Marine army isn't the greatest of ideas.
Yeah, the Pedro with the rerolls and whatnot. Like, bolters just rip through the flesh hounds and whatnot. So it's like 20 points a model for 2 wounds, T4, or 5+ invo. Against bolters isn't good, you know. I mean, and the Terminators, I think I deployed incorrectly. Like, they seem pretty tanky. I mean, especially against like bolter firing and whatnot. Like, your plasma started destroying them at the end. But the 5-inch boost makes them so slow. So, I mean, what kind of loadout should I have on them, given... Like, I think the Flamers are bad too, because they can't deep strike and shoot them. But, yeah, Khorne did not fare too well. It's probably because the new Space Marine Codex is overpowered, though. Not because I played incorrectly.
Almost undoubtedly. The new chapter tactics and warlord trait for my list made a huge difference.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I would have gotten like the hounds in cover some of the turns. I just didn't bother since you ignore.
But that would have given them +1.
Yeah.
So they would have 5+ instead of 5+ invo.
Yeah. So yeah, cover just is also relevant to my army. So that combination's kind of funny. But yeah, Khorne. I think if I got in combat with any units, I think it would have been a very different game. But I just got gunned down before I could reach him. Crimson Fists win.
4 points to 1.